when we came together, our foreheads came together and our brains were entwined, it was fantastic. It was something else.
We each added a different element to the group to really put us above the competition, the buzz.
We'd have crazy characters like Bill Darkwaters, Mr. Retaliation. Unfortunately, we had Bram Niapost, who I can't seem to get off the show.
It's essential to have a team around you, and it's essential that you have a group of people that you trust, and a group of people that no matter how ridiculous the idea is, no matter what kind of bodily danger it puts you in, no matter what it leads to in terms of destruction of property, destruction of technology, holes in sheetrock, these people, you need to be on the journey together.
Within a couple of months, the KXVO 10 o'clock news had gone from television pretender to ratings contender.
We came up with mock commercials that were very funny and that were very different from what the show was before, and it really it set us apart even more so than from where we were, which was really nowhere.
And the four men responsible for the show's new direction were enjoying their newfound success. And then came Hint, Hint.
Hint, hint, man. It just brings back so many good memories.
Hint, hint. Those two words, which is the same word, will be etched into my memory forever. And yeah, that changed everything.
When was the last time you saw Stein alive?
Well, the last time he fed me. Just threw the bowl in the door and it's like, eat your food!
He rode you pretty hard, didn't he?
What?
You didn't like that. You didn't like being ridden.
I didn't kill him.
There's a point, a happening, an event that changes it from an ascendancy and just blows the whole thing wide open. And for us, that was Hint, Hint.
So you wanted the money.
Yes, money is quite important.
You're not a murderer, are you, Mr. Geiler?
No, I didn't murder anybody.
So what is it you really wanted from Stein?
All right, you know what I really want? Creative control of the show.
If you want to know the truth, Stein was actually in love with me, and that's why he wanted me on the show.
When I came up with the idea, I was coked out of my mind. It was pretty crazy. I was hanging out a lot with the lead singer for Buck Cherry.
We made a decision that was heretofore unheard of in mid-market media shows, news shows specifically. It had never been done before.
I didn't like being on camera.
It was very surreal. It was very abstract. There were blinding colors. The colors came out so well on film that that's what I was most proud of, I think, is the way that the colors really showed what we were trying to do with that particular miniseries.
I would have liked to see some stuff done differently, but overall I thought it was fantastic.
It was then that the KXVO 10 o'clock news found itself riding the crest of a wave of fame that just wouldn't break. Beneke, Stein, and Van Roy found that they were household names everywhere they went. Anything with KXVO on it sold millions, including That's a Pratt t-shirts. Musical CDs and DVDs of the show. Advertising dollars poured into the station, peaking at an astounding $1.6 million a week. On New Year's Eve 2006, the station management offered the foursome a new contract for 365 more shows at a staggering $750,000 an episode.
Professional production, with millions of dollars, and all we had was each other and a vision.
I would go out on the street, cars would start to honk, people throw things, food, money. It was incredible.
I would go to church and nobody would listen to the pastor. They were just looking at me. I became an idol. They were worshiping me, an idol, and I couldn't do it.
But it was Geiler who went from certified star to bona fide super celebrity following Hint, Hint. The one-time improv comedian was now fielding movie offers, endorsement deals, and calls to appear at post-proms. Public appearances became exercises in security training as virtual mob scenes erupted wherever the star went.
You can't even walk into a come and go without getting recognized. I mean, that's got to be tough.
As if to validate the incredible rise of Geiler and the show, the February 2007 Nielsen's rating book numbers told no lies. the KXVO 10 o'clock news had gone from a negative 12.3 5 months before to a 69.4. It was not only the biggest numbers shift in the history of television, but the highest rating for any show in any time slot ever.
Think Elvis Presley combined with Beatlemania, combined with Frampton Mania, combined with Michael Jackson Mania, combined with Hanson Mania, combined with Backstreet Boys, combined with Fall Out Boy.
Yet from there on out, it was all downhill for the Golden Boys of the Big O.
Matt slowly started to get this attitude like, you know, I don't need you guys, and I'm better off without you. I'm the face of the CW. I'm the funny guy. And it was frustrating.
He took over in a negative way too.
I'm not gonna lie, I always felt guilty about it. I had a little guilt. But then again, there was half of me that was guilty, and then there was half of me that was free, that had been set free by the jury because this was my dream. You know, this was my dream.
He's a good guy down deep inside. He's a good guy. But, you know, on the surface, he's very hard to deal with.
People would come up to the group. They would recognize the group, the KXVO 10 o'clock news, but then the inevitable, and you're that guy. And you're that guy. Oh, hey, it's that guy. Hey, you're that guy. Well, you're that guy, which does two things. All of a sudden, I'm that guy. If you can imagine being that guy, I am now that guy. And the second thing it did was if you're that guy, then there's three guys that aren't that guy. They're other guys.
Rumors abounded in the media that all was not well in the KXVO camp, and insiders on the show testified that the cause was Geiler's scorching hot worldwide fame.
Geiler's become kind of an really.
But just at the point where the KXVO 10 o'clock news was spinning wildly out of control, fate stepped in to lend a hand. After a 9-day silence, Geiler, Stein, Beneke, and Van Roy agreed to resume speaking.
Maybe Matt's changed, maybe he hasn't. I don't know. Only time will tell. I don't know.
If we can forgive one another and we can move forward, then that's what matters.
When I first got the news, it was a weird trip, man. It was a real weird trip because I was like, I don't know if I can go back into that. I just don't know if I can go back with those guys. Can we recapture the magic?
You know, there's a piece of you that wants to still hang out with them, still make movie magic, or television magic. Magic, really, of any kind.
Who the hell knows what's going to happen?
Throughout its 14-month history, the KXVO 10 o'clock news has experienced every high, low, and in-between of Omaha-wide superstardom. But through it all, the Brotherhood of Absurdists has always known one thing, that laughs don't come cheap, and neither does comedic glory. But no matter what the future holds, the KXVO 10 o'clock news will always be hailed as one of the greatest of all televised shows.